So I finally got to watch Meri Pyaari Bindu after like 2 months. So let's review Meri Pyaari Bindu. I really liked it. I thought it was really cute, and I think you guys should watch it too. Why? I'll tell you. So, Meri Pyaari Bindu stars Ayushmann, Khurrana, and Parineeti Chopra, who are really awesome and talented, and they're really endearing, and they're like super cute together. I think they made a really cute couple on screen, and it was directed by Akshay Roy, and it was a Yash production. So about a year ago, Parineeti put out this little teaser sort of thing with her singing the classic amazing amazing song Abhi Na Chao Chhodkar Ke Dil Abhi Bhara Nahi, and I feel like that really created a buzz and it really set the tone for the film. And so I feel like that whole old school nostalgia vibe was really present in the film, and even when the trailers came out and those little teasers with the little chapter 1, chapter 2 titles, you could see that they are going for like a nostalgic vibe, which I feel like is used a lot these days. Everybody is just throwbacking all the time. Abhimanyu, who is a writer, and he writes hard erotic novels. They're kind of like cheesy novels, those like gross novels, whatever, but I mean they're like super popular. They're like, I feel like it's like 50 Shades of Grey, but like desi and like super like B-grade cinema types. Basically his publisher is after him to publish a new novel, which I feel like is always the case in all these movies. There's always like a writer who has a writer's block, and he's like, I don't want to write this stuff anymore, and then the writer's always like the publisher's always like chasing them around to like get another book. But that's the side story. And his family also really wants to see him because they haven't seen him in a while. So his father like pretends to be sick or whatever, so then he comes to visit, typical. And then he's like, no, but I really gotta write this. So, you know, obviously he's back home, so he sees all this like old stuff of his, and then, you know, all the memories come flooding back. Obviously he remembers Bindu, but he's clearly pissed off about Bindu. So you're like, okay, you're in love with her, but you also hate her. What's the deal? And that's when the throwback starts, and that's when the movie really goes way back to their childhood, and then you basically see them growing up. And, you know, he's also like a narrator, so he's also like talking in the background and stuff sometimes in between his like chapters or sections of his life. Abhimanyu and Bindu are best friends, and they're basically, you know, going through school, going through college together, and they're just like hanging out. But I think Abhimanyu does love Bindu, but he just doesn't know it himself, you know. I think he is like attracted to her, but he doesn't really realize. So the shakeup in their lives happened when Bindu's mom passes away in a car accident with her dad present. I think he was drunk driving. So she gets really pissed off at her father, and also because her father was abusive, so she just like books it. She just leaves everything and she moves to Australia, and then for the next few years she and him just like are in touch through email and just like writing letters and like postcards and stuff. And then by this time Abhimanyu is like in college, and he has a girlfriend. I think he's like living with her and stuff. And then he goes on vacation to Goa, and who does he bump into? Bindu. He bumps into her, but she's engaged to someone, and he's like, okay, cool, nice. He's like, okay, where are you living? And she's like, Mumbai. And he's like, wait, I'm in Mumbai. Why aren't you hitting me up? So then when he gets back to Mumbai, he does hit her up. Wait, actually, wrong. She hits him up. What happens? Her fiance literally left. He was like, bye, I can't do this. So she's like really pissed off, and then, you know, they start hanging out together and stuff, but obviously Abhimanyu is like totally in love with her, and I think he realizes at this point. So he gives all his attention to her instead of his girlfriend, so his girlfriend's super pissed off, and eventually they break up. And then he's single, she's single, so naturally they get together and they're dating, and they're like practically engaged. And you know, she's trying to become a singer after changing careers many times. So she actually ends up getting a record deal and she becomes a singer. And she gets an album released, but the album does not do well. So then she kind of becomes a little depressed and pissed off. And so Abhimanyu proposes to her, but she can't handle it and she can't deal with it. So then they break up and they part ways, and that's basically why Abhimanyu is like super pissed off and he just can't get over her. Essentially, this movie is like 500 Days of Summer. I feel like there's a lot of movies that try to replicate that like indie quirkiness. And I think to a certain extent the movie is successful. Like I think it's really cute. I just think it's really cute, and Parineeti and Ayushmann are like really cute together. I think in the middle it got like a little like boring and repetitive. Like I felt like it kind of like lost the grip sort of. But I feel like overall it was just like a pleasant movie to watch. And my favorite part was definitely the ending of the movie. The last scene is just like so sweet, and it's just so sweet and so mature. Just like in 500 Days of Summer, you kind of know that the two characters aren't really gonna end up together, or like maybe it won't be a successful love story. You know, you kind of have an inkling, especially with the song Mana Ki Hum Yaar Nahi, which in the promotions the two actors kept saying that they're like, this song defines, you know, the movie. And the song is basically about, you know, two ex-lovers meeting and they're cordial with each other and they have lots of memories, but you know, they're with other people, and that's sort of what the ending is about. I think that if bigger stars were in the movie, I think the movie would have done much better business-wise, and it would have been way more successful, because the movie has amazing music, like really great music. Like every song in the album I basically like Haria I like, Afimi I like, Khol De Bahein, and obviously Mana Ki Hum Yaar Nahi. Like they're all amazing songs, really great hummable songs. And I think if bigger stars were in it, there would be like another kind of added element to the movie, which would have made more of an audience come in and watch it, which is why I think it didn't do well, like, you know, in money terms. If I had to give it stars, I would probably give it 3 out of 5, because it was actually a really pleasant watch. And it wasn't perfect, but I think if you like, you know, like cute chemistry, and especially if you are a nostalgic and throwback type of person like me, who's a total old lady, there's a lot of like cute little old songs just like playing in the background and stuff, or like it's related to their love story or life story. So I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good. You should watch it.